Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe. Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Gurudev. We are reading Sri Sri Radha Rasa Sudhanidhi, verse 141. Aho, when will this world enchanting couple that is eager to play the vernal festival holy in the sweet pavilion of Madhavi flowers that have indescribable bluish and yellowish complexions and that are intoxicated by firm mutual attachment enchant my mind forever. Aho, when will this world enchanting couple that is eager to play the vernal festival holy in the sweet pavilion of Madhavi flowers that have indescribable bluish and yellowish complexions and that are intoxicated by firm mutual attachment enchant my mind forever. The drinking festival of Radha and Mohan, after enjoying their turbulent noon pastimes, Radha and Mohan and their girlfriends enter into Lalita's arbor on the shore of Radhakund, where they enjoy the pleasure of relaxation for a while. Vrinda Devi, understanding their desires, brings the glasses with honey wine. The maidservants are engaged in fanning the divine couple and massaging their lotus feet, and Shripad, in his kinkari form, is also blessed with some service. Ramanju, Krishna, takes the wine glass and says, "O dearest one, drink." And when he brings the glass to Radhika's mouth, she shyly lowers her head and takes the glass over from him. Nectar-faced Radhika covers her mouth with her veil, smells the wine once, scents the wine with her lips by drinking it, and returns the glass to her Priyatama. This honey wine is very dear to Krishna because it is made from the grapes of his beloved forest Vrindavan, because it is touched and made fragrant by the lips of his Priyaji, because it is scented by the joking words of her girlfriends, and because it is handed to him by Priyaji herself. Because of these reasons, Krishna eagerly drinks the honey wine. Krishna scents the wine with the fragrance of his own lips and hands the glass back to Priyaji, who also drinks then. After that, Vrinda Devi and Kundalata blissfully make all the Sakis also drink the nectar of Radha and Krishna's lips by passing the glass on to them. The word Madhu Sattva Madhutsava, honey festival, in the text shows that such drinking is not done with just one or two persons, but with many. All the Sakis most blissfully attend this festival. Vrinda and her sylvan goddess bring different kinds of snacks and different kinds of honey wines before the king and queen of Vrindavan and their girlfriends, and everyone becomes completely drunk.
Radhe Radhe.
Jada.
It goes so fast. Different kinds of honey wine, not only one, different. How many kinds of honey wine we know? I was always thinking this is a specialty of the Germans, this honey wine, but now I see it's a much more older tradition. But I never heard about different kinds of honey wine. Is anyone knowing about this different kinds?
Honey wine.
Honey wine is rasa, and there are many different kinds of rasa. They're drinking in the mood, and we remember the original meaning of rasa is juice. So it's whatever liquid we take in that has flavor, that gives feeling, that gives pleasure. This is rasa.
Mm.
And it's made from all the things in Vrindavan, this rasa, this emotion. And it's made even more fragrant and strong by passing across the lips of Radha. And there are 100 different flavors of emotion that make us drunk when we're in the spiritual world.
Wow. I know actually from the honey, where the bees are flying on different flowers, the honey is getting different flavor. So, for example, there is also you can get a more bitter taste of this honey when the bees are flying in the forest. There are some trees, they make more bitter taste. Sweet and bitter, it's special. And in the springtime, there are different flowers in the same time, so it becomes especially sweet, more sweet than other times. The first honey in the springtime is amazing. And so because this is actually what you say, there is the rasa is different because of different bath. And so the honey is different because of different flowers.
Mm.
The bees collecting the honey on so many flowers. And every honey is different. There is even one honey, it's a white flower that is healthy. It's for the heart. And so the bees collecting different honey from different flowers. And so the honey wine gets different flavors. I never drink honey wine, and maybe there is one who has some experience, but I know from the honey that there is many flavors. And the honey is the essence. The bee is so expert in drinking nectar from the flowers and is getting the essence of the sweetness of the flowers. Only the bee can drink this. No one else can do this. He is expert, and how this is described from mouth to mouth, the bee is giving a special flavor to the honey. Otherwise, we cannot digest the honey. So she's drinking some nectar, and from their own mouth, she is putting something in the honey so that it's getting fluid and useful. And so it's so beautiful described here when they give it from mouth to mouth and the flavor is getting more and more. But first to Radhika, right? She touched first, and then all others.
The gopis' voices falter. They stumble as they walk. Their hairs and garments fall loose. The corners of their eyes become red. Their mouths become fragrant. Their glances become restless. And their actions become bold. With all these activities, the gopis, who are drunk from the wine made of flowers, brown sugar, and the trees, give great pleasure to Krishna's mind. Although Radha and Mohan are naturally very attracted to each other, their drunkenness makes them even more mad after each other. Radha and Mohan fall from each other's laps and tell each other what is on their minds by touching each other's hands. They speak useless talks in each other's ears and kiss each other on the cheeks 100 times over. They place their arms on each other's shoulders and begin to make each other drink honey wine. All glories to their drunken pastimes in the spring. What a disaster! Is the sky falling down? Is the earth turning? My body shivers. I'm falling. Hold me. I offer my obeisances to Radha Mukunda, who hold each other when they are drunk and who are speaking broken words out of false fear caused by intoxication. After witnessing all this, the fortunate maidservant begins to serve the divine couple according to the time and the need. Shripad prays, when will I gladden my mind forever by witnessing the vernal festival of this clever couple? Vernal, I think, is
spring.
Yeah, springtime.
Yeah.
Can you make people? There's so much problem. That is out. Big up.
Again, it's written here forever. 2 times now, forever. So this seems to be important. It's not a temporary thing. Forever means forever. Eternal. My mind. No? We can see that the prayer of our Prabhupada, he prays that his mind will be gladdened forever by witnessing this festival. And so also we are praying that our minds will be forever fixed on this festival. And this is not possible by a material mind. We need the spiritual mind with a spiritual body to recognize this beautiful festival. So they write 2 times now, forever. This is our desire also. That will never end and is ever fresh. And springtime is a symbol of freshness. We just now has the spring in Germany. And I think also in Vrindavan, and all the flowers are coming now. And the bees are coming out from the winter. And everything is so fresh. And in the eternal Vrindavan, everything is always fresh. And even the divine couple is recognizing themselves every day like it's first time. And even the maidservant has the same feeling that when they see this and watching this, it's the first time. It's so fresh, young, because these bodies in the spiritual world never getting old. And the Leela is never old or past. There is no speaking about past. It's forever, it's eternal. This is the beauty in the spiritual world, and it belongs to our souls, this eternal freshness. And here we are in an artificial world. We think it is our home, but this is not true. And it's not the home of anybody we see, anything. It's artificial, it's a temporary thing. And sometimes Gurudev said the plastic body. And plastic is meaning of artificial, it's not natural. That to realize that the eternal beauty of the Vrindavan is our home. And that means forever. Home is something forever. So temporary is maybe a hotel. Radha, Radha.
Verse 142. May my tongue become overwhelmed by relishing the nectarian flavor of Radha's holy name. May my feet walk over Vrindavan's pathways that are marked with her footprints. May my hands be engaged only in her menial service. May my heart meditate on her lotus feet And may I develop love for the Lord of her life, Krishna, through her festival of emotions. May my tongue become overwhelmed by relishing the nectarian flavor of Radha's holy name. May my feet walk over Vrindavan's pathways that are marked with her footprints. May my hands be engaged only in her menial service. May my heart meditate on her lotus feet, and may I develop love for the Lord of her life, Krishna, through her festival of emotions. Desiring Radha's worship. First of all, Shripad, who is, just like in the previous verse, in Sadhakavesh, external consciousness, says, may my tongue become overwhelmed by relishing the nectar of Radha's holy name. The best way to attain prema is nama sankirtana. Actually, when the tongue becomes overwhelmed by chanting the holy name, all the other senses also become overwhelmed by its sweetness. Wow. This is what Sanatana Goswami says in his Brihad Bhagavatamrita. Furthermore, Sanatana Goswami says the holy name naturally contains all of its own sweetness. Sri Rupa Goswami writes in his Krishna Nama Stotram, O holy name of Krishna, you are the very life of Narada Muni's Veena, and the stream of your sweetness is the quintessence of nectar. Please always give me that savor to my tongue. But even Krishna is overwhelmed when his tongue relishes the nectar of Radha's name. When you love somebody, it is natural that you love that person's name also. Srila Rupa Goswami writes in Act 6 of Vidagya Madhava that when Krishna was burning in the forest fire of separation from Sri Radha, his comrade Madhumangala consoled him by writing the two syllables Radha on a leaf and showing it to him, saying, "O friend, accept your Radha." Krishna was very happy when he saw the syllables on the leaf and said, "O friend, you fully satisfied me with this gift, because who will not be happy when the name of one's beloved comes to the edges of the eyes or the ears? The hearts of all the people of the world are naturally always eager for this.
And you make more high. Up.
Offenders cannot taste the natural sweetness of the holy name. Offenders cannot taste the sweetness of the holy name. But the holy name destroys the offenses of a surrendered chanter and becomes self-manifest on his tongue.
Wow.
When a devotee does not experience any taste, he should humbly pray, O holy name, O Chintamani jewel, O Lord, O form of topmost bliss, reveal your spotless, blissful form on my tongue. You are the most merciful dissension in the form of syllables. Please bless this fallen soul with a little taste of your endless sweetness. Thus, the sincere devotee will surely be blessed with some sweet taste. Then Shripad says, let my feet walk over the pathways of Vrindavan that are marked by her lotus feet. May I experience the fact that my Ishvari always walks here. Each speck of Vraja's dust is sprinkled with the honey of her supreme love, and even great devotees like Uddhava prayed for a shower of that dust over their heads. When I remember this, I will surely be blessed with a life full of bhajan in Vraj. Wow. Then Shripad says, let my feet walk over the pathways of Vrindavan that are marked by her lotus feet. May I experience the fact that my Ishvari always walks here. Each speck of Vraja's dust is sprinkled with the honey of her supreme love, and even great devotees like Uddhava prayed for a shower of that dust over their heads. When I remember this, I will surely be blessed with a life full of bhajan in Vraj. May my hands be engaged in Radha's service. My hands and feet have been serving so many persons. Let them become stunned now and become solely engaged in Sri Radha's service. May my heart meditate on Sri Radha's lotus feet as well as on her whole form, her pastimes, and her qualities. My mind is always restlessly wandering away from its sweet meditation on Sri Radha. If it could only acquire some taste for her lotus feet, then it would remain calm and fixed there. Not only the tongue, the hands, the feet, and the mind should be engaged, but all the other senses as well. Let my eyes look at beautiful Radhakund and at Radha's devotees. Let my nose smell the incense offered to her, and let my ears hear the singing of her holy names, pastimes, and attributes. Someone may say, Shripad, why don't you worship Govinda while living in Vrindavan? As an answer, he says, when I surrender exclusively to Sri Radha's lotus feet, my worship of Govinda will automatically be more successful. Knowing me to be the greatest object of Sri Radha's mercy, Govinda will automatically come to me and give me even more mercy than he gives to his own devotees. Rather, since Sri Radha is hard to attain, even for him, Sri Govinda will always need me in order to get her mercy also. I will not need him, but he will need me. Here, the word Bhavotasava means Manjari Bhav, a preference for Sri Radha over Sri Krishna, Bhavolasrati, and a strong feeling of mindness towards her. The Manjaris,
Pardon me.
no, sorry.
Just a pause. Excuse me.
Acha, take it. The Manjaris love Krishna only because he is connected to Sri Radha. Sri Rupa Goswami concludes his Chatu Puspanjali by praying, O Queen of Vrindavan, I pray for your mercy again and again, so that I may once become the object of Krishna's flattering prayers. I will be your maidservant, and when you are angry with Krishna, he will have to flatter me by saying, O Sundari, beautiful girl, O merciful one, Dayavati, please, please your Swamini for me, so that the fire of my separation from her will be extinguished. Then I will take him by the hand and bring him to you. Such will be our love for Govinda in the festival of Radha's Bhav. This is the greatest aspiration for a Gaudiya Vaishnava. Thus ends verse 142. Verse 143. May my mind rejoice on the terrace of Vrindavan's arbor temple, oscillating on the waves of the nectar ocean of topics of Radha's pastimes that belittles even the pure ecstatic love that great devotees like Indu Tilak, Shiva, who wears the moon as his crest, feel when they serve Mukunda's beautiful lotus feet. May my mind rejoice on the terrace of Vrindavan's arbor temple, oscillating on the waves of the nectar ocean of topics like Radha's pastimes that belittles even the pure ecstatic love that great devotees like Indu Tilak, Shiva, who wears the moon as his crest, feel when they serve Mukunda's beautiful lotus feet. The oscillating waves of the nectar ocean of Radhakata. The oscillating waves of the nectar ocean of Radha Kata, as a reaction to Shripad's previous prayer, Krishna's devotees may say, Shripad, you have even given up the bliss of Brahman, considering it to be insignificant. Now, serve Mukunda's lotus feet. Why are you showering such eagerness after Sri Radha? Isn't she also worshipping Mukunda? Shripad answers that question in this verse, saying, even Chandra Shekhara Shiva is mad of ecstasy over the lotus feet of Mukunda. That is described in different places in Brihad Bhagavatamitra. When Narada, who was looking for the objects of Krishna's mercy, came to Shiva Loka, he saw that Lord Shiva was mad of ecstatic love. When Narada came to Shiva's planet, he saw from afar that Shiva was ecstatically worshipping Sankarshana, offering prayers to him with the utmost devotion and dancing in topmost ecstasy. His followers, like Nandishvara, were praising him, saying, Jai, Jai, and Uma Devi, Parvati, increased his joy by clapping her hands and giving the rhythm to his dance. When Narada saw Sriman Mahadev in such devotional ecstasy, he blissfully offered his obeisances unto him. And furthermore, when Gopta Kumar came to Mukti Loka and saw Lord Vishnu's associates of Vaikuntha engaged in Sankirtan there, he also saw the ecstatic love of Lord Shiva. But despite all the ecstasy of Shiva, Parvati, and Nandi over Mukunda's beautiful lotus feet, Shripad Prabodhananda himself, representing the devotees who are fixed in Sri Radha's lotus feet, considers even this to be insignificant. Well, in Vrindavan Mahamrita, he says, even the greatest festival of ecstasy in the kingdom of God is insignificant compared to the ecstasy felt by the gopis when they can immerse their fish-like eyes in the ocean of pastimes of Radha and Mohan. Thus ends verse 143. Verse 144. By daily singing only the holy name of Sri Radha, millions of the best spiritual practices become rejectable. By worshipping the nectar of Sri Radha's lotus feet, millions of the best human goals of life are abandoned because there are millions of great wish-yielding trees in the playground of Sri Radha's lotus feet, Sri Vrindavana, and millions of perfections roll at the feet of Sri Radha's maidservants, uncared for. By daily singing only the holy name of Sri Radha, millions of the best spiritual practices become rejectable. By worshipping the nectar of Sri Radha's lotus feet, millions of the best human goals of life are abandoned because there are millions of great wish-yielding trees in the playground of Sri Radha's lotus feet, Sri Vrindavan, and millions of perfections roll at the feet of Sri Radha's maidservants, uncared for. The power of Radha's nectarian worship. Shripad, still in his sadhaka vesh, shows here how fixed he is in his devotion to Sri Radha. He says, simply by daily chanting the name of Radha, millions of great spiritual practices become rejectable. Sankirtan is the emperor of all sadhana and gives prem to everyone who surrenders to it without discriminating. Wow. This item of devotion should never be given up, for it purifies the mind and heart and thus helps one to enter into smarana. These millions of spiritual practices that become rejectable do not include the vital items of devotional practice, like hearing, chanting, remembering, worshiping the deity, etc. The text does not say that all devotional practices become rejectable, but practices like deliberate austerities, cultivation of book knowledge, following ordinary religious principles, and so on, become rejectable. Shripad Sanatan Goswami writes in the opening of his Brihad Bhagavatamrita, all glories to the ecstatic holy name of Murari, Krishna, that stops all endeavors like dharma, puja, and yoga meditation. Sanatan Goswami writes in his own commentary, the results of the miserable process of following the rules and regulations of the caste and ashram system, the difficulty of fixing one's mind during efforts to meditate or to listen attentively to a lecturer, or the miserable process of collecting pure paraphernalia for puja, formal worship, will easily be awarded simply by taking shelter of the holy name. Wow. Although love for Krishna is the fifth goal of human life, transcending religiosity, economic development, sense gratification, and liberation, still the service of Sri Radha is more attractive and relishable and causes Radha's devotees to give up even the devotional service of Krishna, which leads to love for Krishna. This is the meaning of the words millions of the greatest goals of human life worship the nectar of Radha's lotus feet. The statement that millions of wish-yielding trees always grow on the playground of Sri Radha's lotus feet does not indicate Aishvarya Prakasha, a manifestation of opulence and prowess, like in Vaikuntha. Chaitanya Charitamrita states, the forest of Vrindavan is a very natural scenery. The people don't ask anything else from the wish-yielding trees and vines, but fruits and flowers. The word Amanda indicates that the people of Vraj need not even ask or pick the fruits and flowers. These generous trees give them spontaneously. Finally, Shripad says, millions of wonderful perfections roll at the feet of Radha's maidservants. The maidservants do not even cast a sidelong glance at all the mystic perfections that lie at their feet, ready for their command. Anyone who has tasted even a drop of Krishna's sweetness considers sense gratification, liberation, and mystic perfection to be insignificant. So, it is easily understandable that millions of perfections roll at the feet of the maidservants of Sri Radhika, who consider even devotion to Sri Krishna to be insignificant. The word Adbhuta means that these mystic perfections are enchanting all the great sages, but all these siddhis are simply rolling at the feet of Sri Radhika's maidservant. Shripad means to say, when I attain the maidservanthood of Sri Radhika, then I lose my taste for everything else. Thus ends verse 144.
You say, honey wine when they took Manjari not took that. And they took some prasad. So what that money wine? To madness in the name, madness in the Vraja, Bhumi, not moving out from their walking here. They become mad for this. But the gopis loosen clothes and everything. But Manjaris are totally fake. In more madness for the Radha.
मुझे कैंडिडेट था ना तो काजू बादाम वहाँ पर रखा है
Yeah. but it was very, in the figure they keep it, so it becomes very humid. So they put it out.
Dry roast.
You know, like coconut. More? You make coconut. Bread? Some bread. Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
Radhe Radhe Radhe